Hey Woodhaven family, and welcome back to the Journey 24/7 podcast. This is Chandler here with you again. Hope you're having a great week so far. Happy Wednesday. We're officially at that hump day of the week, and I'm so glad you're back here with us again as we continue our study in Genesis. You remember yesterday we finished up with Joseph's brothers coming back without Simeon to Jacob, their father, and telling him that they needed to take back Benjamin with them. Remember, they also still found that they had the money in their sacks, and so they were afraid they were going to be accused of stealing. Jacob, of course, told them no, that he would not send Benjamin with them, that he had already lost one son in Joseph, and now he had lost another one in Simeon. He was not going to lose Benjamin too. And that was that. Well, now we pick up in chapter 43, and the famine is still severe in the land. Remember that as far as we know, there's no reason to believe that Jacob and his sons knew that this was going to be a 7-year famine, because it was Joseph that had that dream. So they didn't necessarily know that they were going to need to go back and get more. But the famine is still severe, and they have no grain. So Jacob comes to his sons and says, "Go and buy us more grain from Egypt." Well, Judah said to him, "The man solemnly warned us, saying, 'You shall not see my face unless your brother is with you.'" He's saying, you have to send Benjamin with us. It's our only option. It's the only way we are going to be able to get more grain. It's the only way we're even going to be able to see. They don't know it's Joseph, but it's the only way that they're going to be able to see Joseph. Well, Jacob starts saying, "Well, why did you have to treat me so bad? Why do you have to tell him that you had another brother?" They're like, "Well, we had no idea that he would tell us to bring our brother with him." They had no reason to hide that. Finally, though, Judah. Now remember, Judah's the one that initially was the one that said that they should sell Joseph into slavery. He was also the one that got Tamar pregnant and recognized how sinful he was in that. Began to have some humility. Well, Judah says, "Send the boy with me, and we will arise and go, that we may live and not die, both we and you, and also our little ones." He says, if I'm not able to bring him back, I will bear the blame forever. Judah's taking responsibility. He's taking accountability here. And he's saying, we're gonna go, and Benjamin's gonna be safe. So Israel says, if it must be, then go and do it. But take some of the choice fruits of the land in your bags, carry a present down to the man, take double the money with you, make sure you take back what was left in your sack the last time, and explain that it was just an oversight. So they take all of this and Benjamin, and they head back to Egypt. Joseph sees that they are coming, and he sees that Benjamin is with them. And he says to the steward of the house, "Bring the men into the house, and slaughter an animal, and make ready, for the men are to dine with me at noon." So his brothers show up, and they're like, "Hey, we didn't know about the money." And they say, "Hey, you're good. That was from the Lord. I got your money." And they bring Simeon out to him. And they prepare to have a meal with Joseph at his house at noon. So it says Joseph came home, and they brought into his house the present that they had with them and bowed down to him to the ground. Again, the fulfillment of that dream that Joseph had back in Genesis 37. And he inquired about them and how they were doing, and asked if their father is still alive. You see, he's wanting to still know if his dad is still alive. He's wanting to know if there's a chance he's still going to get to see his dad, Jacob, again. They said, "Your servant, our father, is well. He is still alive." And he lifted up his eyes and saw his brother Benjamin, his mother's son, and said, "Is this your youngest brother, of whom you spoke to me?" It says Joseph at this point hurried out, for his compassion grew warm for his brother, and he sought a place to weep. Again, like we talked about yesterday, this was a real moment for Joseph. He had to leave and find a place that he could weep, because they still did not know who he was, so he couldn't show that he was weeping. And he just weeps just out of compassion for his younger brother, out of love for his younger brother, out of joy for seeing him. A brother that he didn't think he would ever get to lay his eyes on again is now in his house. And he just weeps. It's real emotion. Well, he washed his face, and he came out, and in controlling himself, he said, "Serve the food." So they served him by himself, and them by themselves, and the Egyptians who ate with him by themselves, because the Egyptians could not eat with the Hebrews, for that is an abomination to the Egyptians. So Joseph here eats by himself, eats away from his brothers, to keep up this act of him not being their brother. because he knew that if he ate with them, they would set off some alarm bells because they would think, well, this is odd. Egyptians don't eat with foreigners. So he ate apart from them. And he shows one more time here just how deep his love is for his younger brother Benjamin. Because for Benjamin, he gave him a portion that was 5 times as much as his other brothers. It's going to wrap up our study today, but I'm so excited for these next few days that we're going to see when we get to see this true reconciliation of this family. And we're going to get to see the power of God moving. God is so good. He is so gracious. And let's never forget that. Hope you all have a great rest of your day and can't wait to see you back here tomorrow as we study Genesis chapter 44.